Good afternoon, everyone. We have here the development of computer and its future advancement. I'm Maria Lato. We are living in a computer age today, and most of our day-to-day activities cannot be accomplished without using the computer. Let's have first the development of computers. We have here the abacus. As you can see in the picture, there are three kinds of abacus, which is a Japanese abacus, Russian abacus, and Chinese abacus. The abacus is made up of wooden frame. An abacus can perform addition and subtraction easily and speedily. And it is also a manual aid calculating that consists of bits of disk that can be moved up and down by the series of sticks or strings. The abacus itself doesn't calculate, it's simply a device for helping human being um, to calculate by remembering of what have been counted. The modern Chinese abacus, which is still widely used in China from days to 1200 AD. The abacus was used in Europe, Russia, China, and other sanctuaries before the adaptation of written Hindu-Arabic numeric system. Next is the Napier bones. Napier bones can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Napier bones also Napier and Scotland invented a calculating machine in the year 1617. Napier bones is also known as the number rods, which capable to perform a multiplication by any number by a number 2 to 9. By placing the bones corresponding to its multiplier or next to the left, and by placing the bones corresponding to the digits of multiplicand or next to the right, and its product can be simply read by adding two pairs of numbers with its appropriate carry as needed in the row that is determined by the multiplier. And next is the Pascal calculator. Pascal calculator is the first mechanical calculator was invented by Blaise Pascal. It is also known as the arithmetic machine that is designed by Blaise Pascal in early 17th century. So, Pascal calculator can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division as well. And Pascal lead to the first Pascaline was built between 1642 and 1644. Pascal lead to develop a uh, calculating machine in the laborious arithmetic calculations as required by his father's works as a supervisors in taxes and Rowens. Next is the Leibniz calculator. It is a strong advocate of binary system. So the mathematician, uh, the mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz designed a calculating machine called as the step reckoner. Leibniz calculator is also known as the step reckoner. So this which is the step reckoner is capable to perform multiplication and division as well. Some feature of this mechanical device is it is made up from copper and steel, and the step reckoner represents its number in a decimal form, and it is based on gear mechanism that is invented by Leibniz and now known as the Leibniz wheel. And next is the analytical engine. This device called analytical engine, and it named the first mechanical computer. So, and it is also the analytical engine is a um incorporated with logic logic arithmetic unit, and um, it also control the control the flow of the branching loops and integrated memory, uh, making it as the first designed in a general purpose computer, making that can be described in the modern terms. And this analytical engine is the biggest or the greatest achievement of Master Charles Babbage. Analytical engine can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Next, we have the future advancement of computer. So, today's computer is smaller, faster, and cheaper than their predecessors. So, um, contemporary society become so dependent on using computers, and so that many people became frustrated when computers are down. So we have here first the wearable computer. So what is wearable computer? So it is a handless device. Device with its processor supported by the user's human body. So the unit may have several components, which is the camera touch panel, screen, a wrist-mounted keyboard, and head-worn display that works together to bring the technology in a situational and environmental problem. And it also allows users to keep their hand free at all time by providing access on technical specifications and detailed instructions of problem solving and troubleshooting. Next is the quantum computers. So the first quantum theories on computers was occurred in 1981 at Argonne National Laboratory. So um, by using subatomic particles, quantum computers will may have the ability to represent its number in a different state simultaneously. Next is the optical computers. So, as you can see in the pictures, there are some parts of the optical computers, which is the light source, photo detection, guide light, locus assembly, modulator, and intelligence. Optical computer is the optical computing describe a new technological approach for constructing computer processors and other components. Next is the virtual reality device. So the VR technology. So the VR technology is very useful in three areas. So what are those three areas? So we have in education, um, government offices, and the medical area. So let's have first in education. So VR technology or the virtual reality device is very useful and helpful in education because students and teachers will may have the ability to interact in a virtual classroom, to explore ideas and construct knowledge structures, and also conduct experiment without any risk. And in government offices, they could use also VR technology to improve services and deliver um, delivering, or let's take they can deliver uh, well reports about healthcare, like model symptoms and progression and prevention. And it also helps them to monitor those environmental changes, like air, air quality, wet zones, ozone layer, and um, other ecological other ecological area. And lastly, in medical area. So they could also use the VR technology to train interns and practicing new position in new equipment and procedures. Observe internal productions in 3 dimensions. So what are those 3 dimensions? Uh, First, we have the collect and better analyze medical images. Next is stimulate surgery and invasive procedures. And lastly is to empower therapy to use exposure and therapies and um, with along with a realistic model. And lastly is the DNA computers or the DNA based computers. So it is radically different from conventional computers. So each strands contain one possible answers to the problem or to the questions. So these strands that that you see in the picture is manufactured so that all the conceivable answers are included. So the DNA computer subject all the strands simultaneously to a series of a chemical reactions that imitate mathematical computation. So that's all for my report, which is the development of computers and its future advancement. Thank you for listening.